Hey, this is Final here. I'm here today to speak to you about lightning, what I work with. It's billions of volts of electricity striking down in a single second. There's nearly hundreds of strikes every single second. But how do they work? How do they operate? From cloud to ground. Well, it really works in steps of charges, starting out from an initial spark, where from that spark streams out an energy line of electrons going in one direction that will stop, building up electrons, and then changing direction again, and then stopping. And in some cases, where it has stopped, it will build up to the point where it forms ball lightning, where it just hangs there in mid-air as a form of a ball, which some people have seen, mistaking it for a UFO. Or it will continue to stream out downwards out of the clouds. Or it will stream across the clouds with this stream of electrons. Now, as it goes down towards the Earth in 150-foot segments, in little by little, it will find its quickest way to ground, basically, taking straight runs, because a straight line is quickest. And it changes constantly in mid-air because of the wind and the temperature conditions that are constantly changing where its tallest point is that it's trying to reach. And as it reaches closer to the ground, the positive charged ions that are in the trees, or whatever is the highest point, basically, will stream up. And the highest points will have them stream up. And in some cases of photography, you'll even catch those separate streams that don't even connect to the main lightning roll. And when they touch it, it forms a channel which is called a streamer. The center line that you see, that is the brightest part. Some other causes of lightning or dangerous storms are, in some cases, extreme forest fires, volcanic eruptions, and even snowstorms can cause lightning. And being that it's 5 times hotter than the sun, it is that heat that causes the air around it to expand and vibrate really rapidly, so quickly that it comes to us in the sound of thunder. And most of these lightning storms can be seen from space. They look like little white flashes across the surface. And like many of the most dangerous things in the world, you'd think that, oh, it's just another thing where they don't have anything to stop it. But in reality, we do. I install lightning protection. And I'm also a foreman. So every now and then, after I've done a job and I've walked with the inspectors around the job and such, it's become really easy. And one of the main things about it is that it's really simple in the sense that how it works. The equipment that we use is very expensive, and the material that is inside the building, it's not something you could put on your house. But it's basically having a tallest points on the roof and a particular system that rotates the charges around, circulating them so that way they can bleed off little by little, interconnecting them throughout the roof. Depending upon the size of the roof, will change what kind of run you're going to have going down or across it. In general, you're going to have wire going across the parapet. And that wire that's on the parapet goes into down leads These down leads are wire that connects the runs that are going up on the roof, going all over the roof, down to the counterpoints. There are several down leads that connect to the counterpoints. That is also a circle going around the entire building, and where the charge will bleed off a little bit more. And every building has to have at least 2 runs that are going down. Has to have 2 ways to ground, because you can't have the charge coming straight down to ground. Otherwise, it would just blow right out through the side into the building. So we have to have 2 ways to ground, so that way the charge gets separated at the very least. And that really depends on the size of the building, how many ways to ground you're going to have. And on the counterpoints, the wire that's going around the building, you're going to have these several rods that shoot down into the ground that are 20 feet long that will dissipate the rest of the charge into the earth. And it seems kind of simple, but there's a lot of welding, a lot of parts, a lot of big heavy machinery to put in the rods and such, and a lot of digging trenches. So it's a lot of work, and it's generally only schools, commercial product that gets it. Large buildings, it's generally too expensive for someone to put on their house. The only houses that really get done for lightning protection are mansions. So if you see lightning striking and you're afraid and you're not really sure what to do, and you're out in the street or something walking around, don't stand under a tree, and don't be the tallest point. If you can, it'd probably be a good idea just to lay down.